Hello and welcome to the Daily Roundup. I am Sumedha. Due to a technical difficulty, we're extremely sorry that we're starting late today.
I'm Sarangya and here are the top stories for today.
For our first story, we're looking at Kashmiri students who are protesting against the abrogation of Article 370. In our second story, we'll speak about CPIM's Sitaram Yechury and CPI's D. Raja who were detained in Srinagar today. In Jharkhand, we'll be looking at the quashing of the FIR against the tribals, which has been declined by the Jharkhand High Court. For our first story, we're looking at a students' protest by students against the abrogation of Article 370. Students from across Delhi came out together to support the cause of those who are suffering in Srinagar today. And take a look at our ground report.
अभी तो मोदी जी ने बोला 8 महीने पहले कि इलेक्शन ख़त्म कर लो क्योंकि रमज़ान आने वाले हैं, मैं मुसलमानों के साथ हूँ। अभी उसने एक बार प्रूफ किया कि वो एंटी मुस्लिम है क्योंकि अभी ईद आने वाला था, यही गिफ्ट दे दिया मुसलमानों को, कश्मीरियों को। हमें घर जाना था, फ़्लाइटें बनी हुई है, डर रहे हैं कि जाए कि नहीं जाए, समझ नहीं आ रहा है कि बहुत परेशान है, न कुछ भी नहीं पता है।
अगर इन्होंने ये हमारे भले के लिए किया तो फिर हमारी आवाम को अंदर बंद करके क्यों किया? हमारी आवाम को बाहर निकाल के बताना चाहिए कि ये हमारे अच्छे के लिए कर रहे हैं। अगर उन्हें अंदर बंद करके रखा है तो फिर ये हमारे अच्छे के लिए कैसे है?
मेरी पिछले 5 से 8 दिन तक मेरे घर पे बात नहीं हुई है। पीपल आर सफरिंग और दे सेड इट्स अ डेमोक्रेसी। बेसिकली इट्स नॉट अ डेमोक्रेसी, इट्स अ डिक्टेटरशिप। अगर ये डेमोक्रेसी होती तो हमें भी वो राइट्स मिलते। ये अगर ये अमेंडमेंट ख़त्म कर रहे थे या कुछ भी कर रहे थे, एटलीस्ट हमें वो चीज़ पता होनी चाहिए थी। हमारे सीएम अरेस्ट हैं, हमारे लोग बंदे, कर्फ्यू है, हमारे घर वालों को खाने के खाना नहीं है, हमारी बात नहीं हो रही है हमारे घर पे। एंड दे सेड दैट इट्स अ डेमोक्रेसी और ये डेवलपमेंट लाएंगे।
यू कैन सी दिस ये आपको बताएगा कि क्या डेवलपमेंट है हमारी स्टेट में। हमारी स्टेट में गुजरात से ज़्यादा GDP है। अभी हमारी स्टेट में कोई भूखा नहीं सोता। हमारी स्टेट में हर किसी के सर पे एटलीस्ट छत है। एजुकेशन देख लीजिए, आप इकोनॉमी देख लीजिए, आप कुछ भी देख लीजिए। हमारी स्टेट अभी मैं नहीं को बोलूँगी कि बहुत अच्छी पोजीशन पर है, लेकिन बहुत बुरी पोजीशन पर भी नहीं है। अगर आपको हमारी स्टेट में डेवलपमेंट ही लानी थी, हमारे लोगों को बताते कि ये कर रहे हैं। जिस आवाम के लिए आप कर रहे हैं ये, उस आवाम को पता भी नहीं है कि आपने किया क्या है। इट्स अ लावा which is going to burst and it will burst one day.
The first thing that I would tell that I've never found myself this helpless ever in my life. Like I'd stretch 5 days without talking to my parents, without knowing that if they're fine or not. Even there's some natural things also, like something natural, death and all can happen also in my family, and I'll have no idea about that. It's a very big thing, and clearly it is the murder of democracy. And this is not only the issue of Kashmiris, it's the issue for the entire nation. Like everybody should know that how dictating the democracy can go. I think people should come up and talk for the Kashmiris, because it's not only for the Kashmir, it's about the word democracy itself. The poison of the pseudo-nationalism has been encrypted in such a way among the people that they're failing to understand. When I talk to my peer group, they say that it's a law and order situation there. Okay, just go there, stay in a curfew for 10 days and then talk to me and say if this is a law and order situation. So please try to understand. If you cannot feel it, at least try to understand, and please create an opinion, an unbiased opinion. It's not only about your country. If you have to really love your country, first create an unbiased opinion. Just understand what's right and what's wrong, and then please move ahead. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
कौन तेरी लाज रखे ए वतन कोई नहीं, कौन तेरी लाज रखे ए वतन कोई नहीं, अंजुमन तो बहुत है मगर चिराग अंजुमन कोई नहीं।
For our second story, we're speaking about CPIM General Secretary Sitaram Yechury and CPI Chief D. Raja, who were not allowed to enter Jammu and Kashmir on Friday and were sent back from Srinagar airport after a brief detention. The left leaders had gone to Srinagar to meet CPIM leader Yusuf Tarigami and other party colleagues. Sitaram Yechury also held a press conference in Delhi today evening. Here is what he had to say.
The fact of the matter is that yesterday both Comrade Raja and I wrote separate letters to the governor of J&K, telling the governor that we are going to visit today, meet our comrades, and I had mentioned that Comrade Yusuf Tarigami is not keeping good health. He is in need of some medicines, so it is necessary for me to meet him. And and that basis we left for Srinagar this morning. At the airport, we were met by a posse of policemen who very promptly and very efficiently took our bags away and they led us into a room there. Then they said that our orders are to send you back in the same flight in which we came. We said nothing doing, we are not going. We have come here with return tickets. Our return flight, whenever it goes, we'll go by that flight. And in the meanwhile, we want to go into the city and meet our comrades and come back. But that they didn't allow. Then I said, I'll be under detention. Or where is the order of detaining us? Then a magistrate was summoned, a lady magistrate, who came with the orders where it is mentioned that specifically by my name saying that not allowed to proceed into the city. Even if I were to proceed into the city escorted by the police, untoward incidents can occur, and therefore, from the question of law and order, it should not be done. They had information that Raja is coming yesterday itself, so they were wondering what had happened. But the fact of the matter was it is a judicial and a police custody. So we stayed in protest. We stayed there for 4 hours, and when our return flight time was there, then we returned in that flight. This is what has happened. Now, what we have done was through a proper information given to the authorities concerned. The reason for going there is also something you cannot deny. The general secretaries of 2 national parties to meet their own comrades in the state of Jammu and Kashmir in Srinagar. And particularly when I mentioned Yusuf Tariqami is a 4-time MLA. An MLA is 6 years in J&K. So 24 years. He's been elected as an MLA repeatedly. He's a very tall, known figure, but they refused to let him go. So finally, we could ascertain that he is under house arrest, and they assured that they will send the necessary medicines, etc., etc. So then I wrote a letter, and I insisted the letter be delivered to him, which the SP, the police in charge of that district, and he assured that it will be delivered. But let us see, I mean, everything is under censorship. So the point is that this is our democratic right to meet our own comrades, all citizens of India, all, in a purely open activity. It was done with full information and full knowledge of everyone. But yet not being allowed to go in, that really shows that there is something that is not being, the truth is not out with all of us. Why is it that, if there's everything is all okay according to what the central government is claiming, if all is well in Kashmir, then why were we stopped? And why were we not allowed to meet our people when it was openly declared activity? That is the serious violation of our democratic rights. And all that we are saying is that let us allow us to meet our own comrades and our own leaders. But that was not permitted. So that is what happened today. And from this, we'll all have to draw the necessary conclusions of what is happening. From all the talks we could have with people, random people, and with the officials in the airport, things are under complete control of the central forces. I don't know the state forces and the state authorities what role they have there now, but it's completely under the central control. And that is what it's likely to stay. That is what it appears from what they say. But the fact is that why none of them were even taken into confidence before all this happened was something is a constant question among those people who were there, who flew with us, who were asking us in the flights, and also in the airport there.
Moving on, the Jharkhand High Court on Friday declined to quash an FIR against 4 tribals for allegedly seditious Facebook posts supporting the Pathalgadi movement of the Munda tribal community. The allegation is against 4 petitioners who are J. Vikash Kora, Dharam Kishore Kullu, Emil Walter Karndula and Ghanshyam Biruli. The allegation was that they had incited the members of the Munda tribal community to attack police officials on June 26 in 2018. Arguing before a single judge bench of Justice Rangon Mukhopadhyay, Advocate Prem Mardi, the counsel for the petitioners, submitted that posting on Facebook did not amount to waging a war against the country and that the petitioners cannot be charged with sedition for merely engaging in discussions and debates on the problems faced by the tribal community. The Jharkhand police have charged about 30,000 unnamed people who are mostly Adivasis under the several serious sections of the Indian Penal Code, including sedition, for resorting to Pathalgadi, which is a tribal tradition of erecting stone slabs to demarcate the area of their village's jurisdiction and declaring their autonomy and self-rule in areas under the 5th schedule of the Constitution. As many as 20 people, including activists, writers and journalists, have been charged with sedition, and they are saying that it is only because they had raised questions on social media on the government's actions in the Pathalgadi villages and attacked on Adivasi rights. We will be closely following the hearings in these cases. In various states of India, of course, there are series of landslides and landslips which have occurred, especially in Kerala, where in Idukki, Kannur, Wayanad and Malappuram districts. And due to the flood-like situation, rural areas of northern districts of Kerala have also been isolated. Towns and villages nearing main rivers are also submerged in water. Heavy crop damage was also reported from various parts of the northern districts of the state. Water levels in almost all the rivers are high, and rivers including Pampa and others are overflowing. As the water level is increasing, people living along the banks of these rivers and downstream areas have also been alerted. The shutters of Pamba, Kalarkurti and Malankara dams have also been opened since the water level of Periyar is increasing. State Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, however, said that the relief camps are being set up if there are any emergencies. Police and fire rescue teams are also deployed in red alert areas. The state also sought 10 more battalions of the National Disaster Response Force to take control of the situation. The Kerala Disaster Management Authority has also issued an emergency helpline, which is 1077 for people in the state. The IMD has issued a thunderstorm warning in the areas of Kollam, Kottayam, Idukki, Ernakulam, Thrissur, Malappuram, Kannur, amongst other districts. Fishermen have also been warned not to venture into the sea until Friday, as high waves have been forecasted. As of Thursday evening, as many as 1,385 people have been shifted to relief camps. The state government has asked the collectors of the affected districts to shift people in the risky areas to relief camps. And we'll be closely following this story as well. Now, moving on to our international section, we have with us Surangya.
So for our first international story today, we go to the US. As many as 300 people remain in detention in the US state of Mississippi, following raids by the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, on Wednesday. Nearly 700 undocumented migrants were detained on that day. Media reports speak of harrowing scenes as many children who had just attended the first day of school came back to empty homes as their parents had been picked up. The over 700 migrants were employees of various agricultural processing units. This is one of the largest workplace raids in the country and comes after Donald Trump announced in June that a major drive would be initiated to deport millions of what he called illegal aliens. At least 120 of those arrested were from Mexico. Many of the detainees may be transported to ICE facilities, which are infamous for the poor living conditions and have been described as concentration camps. A visit by 4 Democratic congresswomen to one of these facilities recently revealed horrifying living conditions and deeply inhumane treatment of migrants. Many of these migrants fled their homelands as a result of US policies in Latin America. Our next news comes from Ecuador. On August 8th, Ecuador's National Court of Justice issued a preventive detention order against former President Rafael Correa for his alleged involvement in a bribery case. Correa and 22 other members of his party, Payers Alliance, are being investigated under the Bribes 2012 to 2016 case an alleged corruption case according to which national and international companies such as Brazil's Odebrecht illegally financed the electoral campaigns of Korea's party in exchange for state contracts. Attorney General Diana Salazar accused Korea of leading an alleged corruption scheme, providing as proof a deposit of $6,000 to his account. Korea criticized these accusations, emphasizing the absurdity and pointing out that the money was due to an overdraft which was repaid in full. The government of Lenin Moreno has been trying to persecute Korea, who remains popular in the country and had resisted US imperialist policies during his term as president between 2007 and 2017. Finally, Italy may soon go to the polls again as far-right-wing Interior Minister Matteo Salvini, the leader of the La Lega party, said differences in the ruling coalition were too stark. The right-wing La Lega and the populist Five Star Movement formed the coalition government last year, headed by the technocrat Giuseppe Conte. However, relations between the two parties have never been good, and the Five Star Movement's opposition to a railway project brought differences to the fore. The Five Star Movement had won more votes than the La Lega in last year's elections, but the recent European parliamentary elections saw that the latter emerging as the leader. La Lega also leads most opinion polls at the moment, and if elections are held, could emerge as the single largest party. Salvini and the La Lega have continuously propagated an anti-immigrant, xenophobic and racist narrative, which the Five Star Movement has not been able to counter. Salvini has also shut Italian ports to vessels that rescue migrants stranded in the sea, endangering their lives. And with this, we conclude today's international news.
That's all that we have for you today on this episode of the Daily Roundup. To follow these stories and many more, please log on to our website www.newsclick.in, subscribe to our channel on YouTube, follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you for watching.